My name is Jeff with two F's like the two feathers on a Boyd, and my last name is Boyd. Our dog Nike used to sleep curled up on our bed, and my wife couldn't even extend her legs all the way under the covers because the dog was there. One night I awakened, I don't know, maybe 2 a.m., horrified and absolutely certain that I saw a large python, maybe a 20-foot python this big around, curled up. You couldn't see the full length of it, of course, because it was curled up on our bed. And I knew instantly that it was either the snake or us. Either the snake would kill us and crush us and eat us, or I'd have to bag the snake and render it helpless. Now, I knew from watching TV shows how to deal with a snake. You have to get it inside a bag. I had recently watched on TV some city workers from Marikina, Brazil, put a much smaller python in a bag. So very, very carefully, I went around and gathered up all four corners of the bedspread, moving silently and cautiously so as not to awaken the snake. And when I had all four corners gathered up like this and the snake still sleeping, I went like that and bagged it. And the bag was twisting and twirling around. It was very heavy. And just instantly, right then, several things happened. First is my wife was hammering on my shoulder saying, Jeff, it's time to wake up. And I was thinking, I just saved your life. And you have no appreciation. The second thing was that there was this hairy leg sticking out of the bag going like this. And I was thinking, isn't that strange? I never heard of a python with a hairy leg like that. So the more I thought about it, with the bag squirming around and the leg going like this and my wife hammering on my shoulder, the less sense it all made. And slowly I began to think, well, this doesn't make sense at all. And I put the bag down, and to my astonishment, a dog jumped out of the bag and ran over to the corner of the room and was cowering over in the corner. And my wife said, now go back to sleep, Jeff. And so I went and I put my head down on the pillow, and as quickly as it all began, it was over. I was asleep. The take-home message is that sometimes a bizarre vision can appear real until we awaken. So, what is obvious? It's obvious that there is light waves and there are photons or particles and they're going in the same direction and probably two aspects of the same thing, wave particles. Well, if you assume there are wave particles, then all kinds of experiments make no sense. And you have to invent things called quantum weirdness to provide an explanation, which is no explanation. It's just a label, and the label is quantum weirdness, and what they should say is, oops, we made a mistake. The experts will tell you that wave particles are particularly evident in the double slit experiment, which I will show you in the next video. TEW2 is complete hogwash. So if your mate is hammering on your shoulder and there's a dog leg that makes no sense coming out of a python bag and you wake up, what do you see? You see that that's just a dream. There's no evidence that waves and particles go in the same direction, and in fact I'm about to show you evidence that they go in opposite directions.